Imagine Dragons and Thunder on the Morning Buzz on KLIR 101. It's 8:08 now on a Thursday morning. Time for a closer look at KLIR's community. My guest is Michelle Oppliger from Columbus Public Schools. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. So we're going to be talking about the English Learners Program. And this is something that I really didn't know a whole lot about. So first tell me what that is.
Well, our English Learner Program serves all students who don't speak English as their native language. So they come into our schools and we help them learn English.
And there is, how do you determine what the kids need?
Well, when we enroll students or when they sign up to enroll with us, they go through a survey, or a home language survey is what it's called. And there are 4 questions on there that ask about the student. What did they first learn? What language is spoken in the home? And so based on that, if they answer something other than English, they go through our office where we give them a screener to see what their English proficiency level is. And then from there, we place them within our programs.
And I would imagine you see quite the gamut from kids that have a pretty good grasp of English to ones that their only English word is hi.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We see a lot of students and are recently arrived, or usually what we call emerging. Their language is very little. Their English language is very little, or knowledge of it. And then we see all gamuts where they're proficient in the English language. So, yeah.
So with the English Learners Program, what age group do you work with?
We actually serve all kids, K-12. And English language learners are all K-12, and they're served throughout our schools.
So what does the program look like? Do the kids have complete days where they are separate from the others? Are they kind of integrated? What do the teachers look like? What do they do?
Yeah, we have a varying different sets of programs. You know, we have K-1, 2. They're really in the classrooms with their other kids, general education students, learning right along with them. Our 3, 4, right now we have a newcomer program. That's going to change. We're going to put them back in the schools, but right now they go to West Park. And then 5, 12 are all in our schools, the middle school and the high school. We have a newcomer program, or we also serve our progressing kids who know some English, they're just not proficient yet.
I would imagine this is a really challenging thing to teach, but you have some amazing teachers.
Yes, we do. Our teachers work really hard and love our kids and want the best for them, and the kids learn right along with them. So
where are some of the places that we see children and families coming in from outside the United States?
We have various countries. You know, we have our French-speaking families from the Congo or Africa, and then we also have our Spanish-speaking from Mexico, Guatemala, Cuba, all over. We serve students from all over the world.
And that's amazing. And you said actually there's a lot of French-speaking students.
Yeah, there are, and that's our probably next most dominant language after Spanish.
Now, when we're talking about Spanish, you have kids that come from all over Central America, South America, Mexico, Cuba. Are there variations of Spanish that they speak?
Absolutely. They all have a different dialect, but, our Spanish-speaking interpreters are able to have conversations, and there might be some words here and there that aren't the same, but they are able to still carry on a decent conversation.
So is there anything that you do beyond the kids to work with families as well?
That's something that we are working on. We do some work with our families. We really work with United Way in how we can reach our families and give them resources that are available in our community. Mm-hmm. But it's definitely something we would like to push and change and get our families more involved in our schools and then families and out in the community.
Well, we're going to keep Michelle here when we come back. We're going to talk about how the bond issue is going to affect the English Learners Program. So stick around for that here on KLIR 101. New Kids on the Block, one more night on the Morning Buzz on KLIR 101. It is 8:19 now on a Thursday morning as we're back with Michelle Oppliger from Columbus Public Schools. So, Michelle, one of the things with the new bond issue is to make room for these these English learner programs, because some of them are like smashed into rooms.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The more, if this bond issue passes, which would be great, our students would have more room. Mm-hmm. All students would have more room, but it's specifically our EL programs that are really tight in the classrooms that they're in, which is not good for any kid, but specifically our EL students.
And these are kids, as you said, predominantly Spanish, but it could be other languages.
Yeah, absolutely. French, and we have many dialects that are in the Spanish language that are in our communities.
So with this, now what will be happening as far as will they be adding classrooms that will be used specifically for the early learners?
Yeah, our students right now, our EL teachers have a classroom of their own. It's tight. They would have more room to serve our students, so that would really help alleviate some space for them.
I think we were talking a little bit before we came back on, and kids who have the extra burden of trying to learn while doing it in a language they're not familiar with, that's just, I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, it's definitely a long day for them, and their brains hurt. And so
Literally.
taking that break and get up and move around and take time away so they can focus. But man, our kids really work hard, and they want to be here, and their families want to be here learning English.
And the teachers too. I mean, I can't imagine trying to teach that. Hats off to these teachers. They have so much patience.
They do. All of our teachers are amazing, and our EL teachers are really great with our students.
Do you think that these needs are just going to grow in the future as far as with?
Yeah, and I think that's everywhere. Our needs are not going away. Our EL students, I think our population will continue to rise. They want to be a part of our Columbus community, and so we're going to keep drawing them in, especially with the jobs we have in town.
Yeah, that's just it. There are so many job opportunities here that this is going to be kind of a magnet for people from all over.
Absolutely.
So how long have you worked with the programs?
Well, I actually am new to my job with EL programs, but this is my 19th year in education. I spent 11 years in KLIR, and so then I came to Columbus where I taught middle school and reading and writing and language arts. So and then I transitioned to this position.
Wow, middle school, my hat's off to you, because that is not an easy age group.
Nope, they're a fun age, though.
They are indeed. So I just want to remind people that the ballots should be at your home. If you have not received a ballot and you are an active voter, you need to contact the election office, and then you need to get them back in. Nicole, when are they due?
May 9th at 5 o'clock.
May 9th at 5 o'clock. So if you have it, get it mailed back. If you are going to be a little bit late with that, drop it off at one of the drop boxes or turn it in at the election office.
Yes.
5 p.m. the 9th.
Yeah.
And I am excited for the future of the English language learning.
I am too.
Thing, because it's so important, and children are sponges. They learn so fast.
They do, and they want to be here, and what a great way to welcome them with an expansion of our schools.
Absolutely. Michelle Oppliger, thank you so much for coming in this morning, and stay tuned, because coming up we are going to have more music on KLIR 101.